Hey everyone, welcome to the English podcast. Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Before we begin, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments. And if you're new here, a warm welcome to Learning English with Podcast. If you hear some difficult words, don't worry, just keep listening. We will explain their meanings at the end along with examples.
Today, we're talking about a common struggle: how to continue a conversation naturally without awkward silence or feeling stuck.
That awkward silence feels uncomfortable, right? You say something, the other person replies, and then suddenly, nothing.
Exactly. Many learners think they need perfect grammar or advanced vocabulary, but actually, conversation is more about connection than perfection.
That's a very important mindset. Instead of focusing on what to say next, focus on the person in front of you.
Yes, and one key strategy is curiosity. If you are genuinely curious, your conversation will never feel forced.
Let's take a simple example. Someone says, I like watching movies. What can you say next?
Instead of saying just, "Oh, nice," you can expand it. Ask, "What kind of movies do you enjoy?"
Or even better, add your own experience. I also like movies, especially thrillers. What about you?
This creates a natural flow. You are not just replying, you are building the conversation.
Another powerful technique is using follow-up questions. These are questions connected to what the person just said.
Right. Follow-up questions show engagement. They make the other person feel heard and valued.
And when people feel valued, they talk more. That reduces pressure on you.
There is also something called conversation bridges. These help you move from one topic to another smoothly.
For example, if someone talks about their job, you can say, that sounds interesting. By the way, how did you choose this career?
Or shift slightly. Speaking of work, do you enjoy working from home?
See, you're not jumping randomly, you're connecting ideas.
Another issue is overthinking. Many people pause because they are trying to create a perfect sentence.
But conversation is spontaneous. It doesn't need perfection.
Exactly. It's better to speak simply and keep the flow alive than stay silent.
Also, using small expressions helps a lot. Words like, really? That's interesting, or I see, keep the interaction alive.
These are called fillers, but they are very useful. They show you are actively listening.
And don't forget body language. Nodding, smiling, and eye contact also continue the conversation without words.
So true. Communication is not just verbal, it's also nonverbal.
To summarize this part in a simple way, stay curious, ask follow-up questions, and don't overthink.
And remember, conversation is like a game of passing the ball. Don't drop it, keep it moving.
Let's go deeper into some practical techniques you can use instantly.
One effective method is the FORGE technique. It stands for family, occupation, recreation, and dreams.
These are safe and versatile topics. You can always ask questions around them. For example, what do you like to do in your free time? That falls under recreation.
Or, what kind of work do you do? That's occupation.
Another technique is echoing. This means repeating a key word from the other person's sentence.
Like, if someone says, "I recently traveled to Goa," you can say, "Goa, how was it?"
This shows attentiveness and encourages them to elaborate.
There's also the technique of sharing small personal stories. This adds depth to conversation.
Yes, but keep them concise. Don't turn it into a long monologue. Balance is important.
Conversation should feel like a ping pong match, not a speech.
Another advanced strategy is using hypothetical questions. For example, if you could travel anywhere right now, where would you go?
These questions are engaging and stimulate imagination.
And they often lead to longer, more interesting discussions.
One more thing, avoid one-word answers. Always try to expand your response slightly.
Instead of saying yes, say, yes, I really enjoy that because
This creates more opportunities for the other person to respond.
sometimes, even with all techniques, conversations still slow down.
That's normal. The key is knowing how to recover.
A simple trick is to revisit a previous topic.
For example, you mentioned earlier that you like music. What kind of songs do you listen to?
This shows you are paying attention, which builds rapport.
Another technique is using observation. Talk about your surroundings.
Like, this place is quite peaceful. Do you like such environments?
This works especially well in real-life situations.
Humor is another powerful tool, but use it carefully.
Yes, light humor can break tension, but avoid anything offensive.
Also, don't fear short pauses. Silence is not always bad.
Sometimes a brief pause makes the conversation feel natural, not forced.
Confidence plays a huge role here.
If you stay relaxed, even a small pause won't feel awkward.
And remember, not every conversation needs to be perfect or long.
The goal is connection, not performance.
Now, let's quickly understand some useful words we used. First word, curiosity. It means a strong desire to know something.
Example, her curiosity helped her ask better questions.
Next, engagement. It means being actively involved in something.
Example, good questions increase engagement in conversation.
Spontaneous means something done naturally without planning.
Example, our conversation was spontaneous and enjoyable.
Elaborate means to explain in more detail.
Example, can you elaborate on your idea?
Concise means short but clear.
Example, keep your answers concise but meaningful.
Hypothetical refers to imaginary situations.
Example, he asked a hypothetical question about travel.
Rapport means a good and comfortable relationship.
Example, they built strong rapport quickly.
Attentiveness means paying close attention.
Example, her attentiveness made the conversation better.
Versatile means useful in many situations.
Example, English is a versatile language.
Now, here's your small action task.
Next time you talk to someone, use at least 2 follow-up questions.
And try one new technique from today's episode.
Practice daily, stay confident, and keep the conversation flowing.
See you in the next episode.